Welcome to the Savvy Property Investors Podcast, a weekly show that delivers the best hard-hitting property industry news, business advice, and talks that will get you ascending in the real estate industry. Now, here's your host, the amazing award-winning property and business coach, best-selling author, and serial entrepreneur, Miss Sapphire Gray.
And welcome to the Savvy Property Investors Show. Today we're going to be talking about how to understand property markets and financing for your projects. I'm going to be your host today, and also it's going to be just me alone today, going through a little presentation so I can show you how you can finance your property projects. So hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Savvy Property Investors Show. This show is for newbies and also seasoned property investors, coaches, consultants, and trainers who want to become savvy property investors and leave that legacy for your loved ones. My name is Sapphire Gray. I'm going to be your host and also going through your presentation today. And every week I try to bring different topics from various industries in the property field. It could be financiers, it could be lenders, it can also be property developers, property coaches. There's a plethora of different people that I like to bring onto the show just to give you an overview of this kind of property market. There's different people that we also cater for, and sometimes we do have on our clients as well that we interview. So it gives you that insight of what we do at the Savvy Women Investors Academy. Again, we're talking today about how to understand the property markets and financing. But before I get started, there's a couple of things that I would like to always to remind you of. We have created the Property Investors Toolkit for those who are starting out or those who are stuck and limboed between what they're doing in the property market. This toolkit was formulated by myself to give you a real good level base understanding of the property market. I've done this toolkit out of necessity for newbies and also seasoned investors that just feel stuck and not knowing where to go. It gives you the step-by-step blueprint of what I use on a daily basis to find those investment properties and to invest in properties and build out my portfolio. It's only £37. So if you head over to the Savvy Women Group's website, so that's www.savvywomen.co.uk, you can click on the link and purchase that today for £37. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel yet, please go ahead and do that now so you don't miss out on any other YouTube events or podcasts that we put out for you. And in the show notes, you'd also find the link to our products and our services. So let's get started today. If for those that don't already know me, I'm an award-winning property investor and business coach, expert for women and men. We have over 30 years experience in this field as well. I have 19 qualifications and always counting. I've been an award-winning and best-selling author for property. I've won several awards, top 50 consultant in the UK, and many, many more. So you are getting your information from an expert, I can tell you, and an overqualified expert. But that's enough about me. I'm sure that you're excited to learn what we have in store for you today. So let's get started. In this week of the Savvy Property Investors Show, as I said, we're talking about the property market and the process of setting up your finances so you can get the most from your venture. There are steps you'll need to make sure that you're actually ready for the market that's in store for you. I feel these tips that I'm about to share with you will help you to get a better understanding on how you can navigate your finances within the property sector and what you need to do to start your projects. So, how does it operate? though sometimes the markets can be volatile, property investment is one of the best stabilized, I would say, investments that you could make. As like we all know, recently there's been some really bad fluctuations in trading gold and silver, forex trading, and even crypto. So that, with that being said, though, the housing market also fluctuates, but housing prices always seem to go up. So it depends on the economy, the state of the economy, and other things that is associated with it. But however, you'll find that the housing market always increases, and there's always a need for housing supplies. So you have to look at, when you're looking at a project, is there a demand for it? Yes, there is. But where is that demand? So always make sure you go into the areas where the housing is needed. And that's about sourcing location, location, location is the best key. And always making sure that you do your research. The Guardian reports on a study of house builders' persimmons. There has been a 64% rise in profits from the first half of this year. And that was fueled by the property market boom that we had last year through the COVID pandemic. It's always been moving forward, but last year and even this year, beginning of our first 2 quarters, you have seen an extreme rise in people wanting to get into property investment, and the stock is just not on the market. But there is ways to find those little gold nuggets in the market, but that's by doing your research and getting a handle on who's actually, where you're actually looking for the properties and where's the best place to invest in. And we can help you find those nuggets in the market as well. So if you just head over to our website, we give you tips and tricks on where to find those. So organizing your finance. Sometimes it's required for you to put down 20% payment on an investment home instead of the usual 3% payment, since mortgage insurance is not required for most investment properties. Do not forget, when you're putting money into an investment property, there are strict rules and regulations that you must follow when completing a renovation. So keep in mind the budget and try to stick to it. People try to over improve a development and it's not necessarily needed. And you need to keep an eye on what you're actually doing and how you're paying this 20% towards your mortgage, your deposit. So make sure when you're doing your finances to actually improve the property so that you can make money on top of it, make sure you don't over improve it. Always do your due diligence as well. How to organize your finance. Again, do not forget to go to different lenders. Now, we are now being able to help people with their finances as well at SWG Finance. We have now doing commercial finance, and I will go on to talk about that in a while. But understanding your finance is key here. What money you need to get your projects and what money you need for renovation and all other associated costs. So keep a track on your expenses, as I said before. Keep a strict account of all expenditure if you're taking on a renovation project. If you are needing just a little bit more income to help complete the renovation, look at finding areas where you can cut costs. Not cut on the quality of what you're trying to develop, but cutting costs as in, do you need a 10,000 kitchen? Can you just do it for £5,000? That's where you can save on money, but still offer a high standard renovation. If this is not feasible, then think about taking out an extra finances to accommodate this if you know you're going to get the return on your investment so that you can just finish the renovation. I always say I don't like people to take out extra money because you should have done your due diligence and your numbers before even taking on the project. So you actually should know how much money you need to actually facilitate the project. So don't go overboard, as I said, over improving it, so that you don't need extra money to fund your project. It is not once you started on your property project, you must be free and clear of all debt afterwards. So you must be in profit. It shouldn't be negative equity or even negative in your accounting. You will want to have all of this paid off before you start in your real property career. You do not want this listed in your investments. So make sure that you always are ahead. So even if you're making 20% on return on your investment, that is good. Move on to the next one and just keep on doing that. So you buy once, use the money that you've made from that investment and put it into the next investment. And if you feel that you need to scale up your property purchases, hence you can get another mortgage and look to get financing, bridging financing, or commercial financing for your projects. If you need any help with this at this point to discuss this, you could book a free 45-minute no obligation business consultants with myself, and we'll help you work out the framework of what you want to do and kickstart your journey to success. So after the break, I will be sharing 5 tips so you can grow your property business. See you after the break.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button below. Our podcast is only made possible by great listeners like you.
Welcome back. And I'm delighted to be sharing now some tips for you to really kickstart your property projects. So tip 1, low cost. Buy property that are low cost than you qualify for. What do I mean by that? So when you're looking at projects, try to buy below market value. This simply means looking for a project that has the end value is higher than the purchasing value that you're buying. The reason why we do that is so that we know we've got built-in equity and we know we've got built-in profit if we do not improve our projects, because that's where a lot of people fell in the property investment role. And when they're renovating, they over improve it because they think they're going to live there. No, you're selling it on or you're renting it out. So by doing this, you would leave more money to spend on the things like renovations and take into consideration any contingencies or any emergency situations. Tip 2, finding a good lending agent can also help you with your finance options. They have some rather good loan deals, and these agents will really help you look at how you are budgeting, what's best fits for your budget as well. There's a lot of lenders that are off market, and you need a broker to go through a broker to actually get to them. And they offer some really good rates, especially if you are at auction and need bridging finance. You're looking between 0.1 to 1% on average for bridging finance. So contact us if you need any help with finding a lender for your buy-to-let or your property, commercial, or any property or loans or business loans that you need. Come to us and we will be able to help and assist you to get in the best loan. Tip 3 is, what is it that you need when you're getting finance? So at the Savvy Women Group Finance, we offer the following finances for you. We offer commercial and business mortgages, development and refurbishment finance, bridging and short-term loans, asset finance, leasing and HP, factoring and cash flow services, merchant services and retail finance, loans and grants and support and any purpose loans, residential mortgages and remortgages, property development finance, and your buy-to-let HMO and investment mortgages. We can obtain mortgages for most people that might have CCJs, arrears, or even coming out of bankruptcy. We can help you with all of your finances. So come to us, SWG Finances, and we're able to really look at what loan you need to suit your project. We can also help with, if you're at auction and it's a 28-day turnaround, we can help with that. We can also help with loans within a week. So do reach out, and feel free to reach out to us and we can assist you. Tip 4 is finding a good person to work with, and that will be a property coach that we offer. You want someone that will work with you and your budget and give you sound advice if you are needing it. This will create a really good work environment and help you with areas that you need to improve, if any. Always remember to have a contract in place for both parties, as there is no complications. And the reason why I always mention that, when you're working with anyone, whether it's a property coach or a business partner in the property field, always make sure you've got a contract so you both know where you stand. Because as much as you start the relationship and it's all friendly and nice, it can sometimes go sour. And you can refer back to that contract, which keeps both parties in check. So make sure you always have a contract, no matter how small or how big the project. Always make sure you have that done. You don't necessarily have to have a solicitor to get the contract done, but you should have people witness that contract so you can turn to them and say that everyone was free and clear when they were signing that contract. So these are our contact details that you can reach us out. So all in all, there are some good business tips when looking to find and start a property project. Again, it's a good idea to get a coach to help you with your business and your property aspirations, especially someone that can fill in the gaps of your knowledge, or experts that you may need to be working with. Alternatively, you can hire a property manager to help you too. You can go ahead and sign up for the Savvy Investors Academy. It's now open, so that you can get your learning on and really get help from us to help you progress your property journey. Or if you want to work independent, we also have accredited courses, AQA accredited courses that you can start today. So head over to our website. Upskilling yourself and increasing your investment knowledge as well. You can download the beginner's guide to property investing. Remember, you can reach out via email for a free discovery call if you need more information about property investing. Starting by property saving kitty or working out your property budget is always key. Please feel free to reach out to us and join our social medias at 50 Savvy Women. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and also on LinkedIn you will find us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure talking about finance with you today and your property projects. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, and download and share our YouTube channel. We are all on the major channels: Spotify, Apple, Google, and always out there. And it's always, our podcast is always live on our platform as well, on our websites. So thank you for listening today. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you got somewhat a benefit from this today, and look forward to sharing some more property or finance tips with you next week. Bye for now.
This week's episode of the Savvy Property Investors Podcast was brought to you by our sponsor, the Savvy Women Group. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's show, head over to our website, www.savvywomen.co.uk, to gain access to our free resources and more insights about our guest speaker today. Remember, we make your business our business, so you can unlock your full potential and improve your quality of life.